Our top story tonight, gone too soon. 7-year-old Luna Winstead lost her life Saturday after she walked on the Highway 247 and was hit by a car. According to authorities, a 34-year-old woman was driving when Luna was hit. WGXA's Jayla Whitfield sat down with Luna's family. Jayla, they tell you that they never imagined this day happening.
Aaron, an accident that has left a family and community members mourning. Luna Winstead was only 7 years old. She was autistic, and her family tells me she was an amazing person with a beautiful spirit.
The next text said she got hit by a car.
Luna's grandmother got to the hospital as quickly as she could.
All I knew to do was get myself up, get to the hospital.
Luna was at her other grandmother's house when she walked out onto Highway 247. Plow says when they got to the hospital, Luna was receiving CPR.
And right after that, she passed. I just knew that if it was on that highway, it was probably bad. She somehow escaped out of their house and got down in the road.
Plow says it's happened before, but never like this.
But not at night. And I would say usually you're right behind her. You know she ran out the door, so you're right behind her, getting her back in.
Luna was diagnosed with autism at an early age.
I just imagine her being a grown-up adult that could do all kinds of things.
Luna had just turned 7 years old less than a month ago, but her family didn't know it would be her last birthday.
She had this big old slip and slide in the front yard with a little kiddie pool on it, and she had a ball.
Plow tells me that Luna was their world.
I never thought we would have to do this.
Now, the accident is still under investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Houston County Sheriff's Office. And if you'd like to help the family, please visit our website to find out how to do so. For now, in the studio, Jayla Whitfield.
Jayla, thanks so much. Macon Judicial Circuit District Attorney David Cook is calling for a statewide ban on commercial gambling machines. Cook asked for legislators across Georgia and also Governor Brian Kemp to join him in getting rid of the machines. He added that they target impoverished neighborhoods. Cook says Georgia residents contribute $200 million to the gambling machines each year.
All of these co-amps need to be banned. They're all designed to be addictive. They're all a cancer in our society. You drive through any neighborhood, but particularly those neighborhoods that have been challenged, and you'll see these machines everywhere.
We reached out to Governor Kemp's office today, but have not received a response yet on where he stands on the issue. We're following several developing stories happening right now. Just a couple of weeks after the first Democratic presidential debates, the field is now shrinking. Representative Eric Swalwell is officially ending his campaign. The California Democrat made the announcement today at his campaign headquarters. He will now focus on winning re-election for his House seat. President Donald Trump says the White House will no longer deal with British Ambassador to the U.S., Kim Darroch, after he said that the administration was inept and clumsy. In secret messages and briefing notes, Darroch warned the UK government that Trump's career could end in disgrace and described conflicts within the White House as knife fights. The messages were leaked and first published by the Daily Mail. Also developing, a major sex trafficking arrest is under investigation. Billionaire Jeffrey Epstein is accused of trafficking girls as young as 14 years old. In federal court today, Epstein pleaded not guilty on those charges, which stem from crimes committed between 2002 and 2007. Chuck Weber from our sister station details the new charges and the prison sentence he could face.
The new case against Jeffrey Epstein, like the old one, features allegations of sex with underage girls more than a decade ago here at Epstein's part-time home in Palm Beach. The new case also involves his residence in New York City.
Beginning in at least 2002 and continuing until 2005, Epstein is alleged to have abused dozens of victims by causing them to engage in sex acts with him at his mansion in New York and at his estate in Palm Beach, Florida.
The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Jeffrey Berman, announcing the new case against mega millionaire Jeffrey Epstein.
There are dozens of victims as alleged in the indictment in New York and dozens in Florida.
Prosecutors say as agents arrested Epstein Saturday in New Jersey, other agents raided his Manhattan home, seizing evidence they say includes nude pictures of what appear to be underage girls.
The underage girls were initially recruited to provide Epstein with massages and often did so nude or partially nude These massages became increasingly sexual in nature and would typically include one or more sex acts.
Prosecutors say Epstein used his victims to recruit others, and that Epstein or unnamed employees gave the teens hundreds of dollars in cash. The alleged activities similar and from the same time frame as those in the state of Florida's case against Epstein more than 10 years ago. That's when federal prosecutors in South Florida struck a so-called non-prosecution agreement with Epstein. The feds guaranteed they would not charge Epstein or his associates in exchange for the case being sent to Palm Beach County. Epstein ultimately pleaded guilty to soliciting a minor for prostitution. The plea deal led Epstein to serving just 13 months, most days spent on work release at a downtown office. So what about that old non-prosecution agreement?
That agreement only binds, by its terms, only binds the Southern District of Florida. The Southern District of New York is not bound by that agreement.
And this time, instead of spending 13 months in jail, Epstein faces up to 45 years in prison. In Palm Beach, Florida, I'm Chuck Weber reporting.
I'm James Rosen at the State Department. Officials here are plotting their next moves after Iran announces more actions aimed at withdrawing step by step from the Obama-era nuclear deal. That story coming up.